I went to auditions where there were so many girls who had brunette hair, green eyes, and were singing the same exact song. And at the end of the day, you get like 100 rejections until you get one acceptance. And it's like, I was auditioning and I got so many rejections. And it's like, how do you keep fighting in those moments when it's really tough and you want to give up everything?
Friends, she's here. It was extremely hard to get her. I had to use a lot of friendly persuasion and charm, chase her over 2 continents, but make no mistake, she's here. The one and the only TALI is here in the building. TALI, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Congratulations. Oh my God. We're so proud of you. In case any of my viewers are wondering or have been living under a rock, on January 27th, TALI, spelled T-A-L-I, won the Luxembourg National Final for the Eurovision Song Contest 2024 with her performance of the song Fighter, and is now headed to compete in the world's largest and most prestigious live music event. Let me show you a little clip of that.
Come, I will never let you down. I know you're a fighter. Hold in your heart the love around. You know you're a fighter. J'entends loin, loin, loin ce petit voix qui me répète. Non mais tu vas où?
So as I said, she's now headed to the world's largest live music event, the grand final of the Eurovision Song Contest 2024 in Malmo, Sweden, from May 7th to the 11th. Oh my God, TALI, how things quickly change. It was quite serendipitous how we first met. It was a late night in May, I remember. Also, May 11th, how do you like that? A year to the date of Malmo. I swear to God, you can't make that up, all right? May 11th in a coffee shop on 23rd Street in New York City after you finished a gig at the Cutting Room.
So true.
That's how we met, right? It's incredible. Yeah. And what's crazy is that I never go to that coffee shop.
Me too.
Let alone late night.
My first time, yeah.
That was like maybe the 3rd time, but the first time in 2 years I'd gone there.
Wow.
Oh man, it's just like karma.
Yeah.
Then it feels like only a minute ago, I wrote that article about you and your band in the Village View after I came to watch you perform at Bowery Electric in the East Village. What a show. What a show. And now look at you. You're literally blowing up. It must feel surreal, right?
Yes.
You're going to Malmo. How does it feel? Excited must be an understatement, I'm sure. But are you nervous, anxious, or strangely, serenely calm?
Good question. I was very overwhelmed at first, but I feel like now I'm starting to be serenely calm, as you said, and really just trying to tackle one day at a time and prepping and doing all the things. But it's insane. Like I can't even put it into words, and I still 1 month later, it's hard for me to understand that I'm going, you know?
Absolutely. I can't even imagine what this feels like. Well, I could almost imagine, but not to this degree. I mean, I remember back in 2011, I entered a karaoke contest and got put on an ABC TV show.
No way.
Yeah. You're gonna laugh. I got to show you that. You'll just die laughing. That's
Iconic.
another conversation altogether. Uh, Very interesting. So I could kind of relate, but not to that extent. No way, not to that level. Tell us about how the opportunity to perform for the Eurovision Song Contest for Luxembourg 2024 came about. How did that happen? When did it happen? Were you in New York? What was the submission and selection process like? All that stuff.
Yeah. So Luxembourg announced that they were back in the Eurovision after 31 years of not being part of it. They announced it last summer, so around August 2023. And that's when I submitted as a songwriter and also as a singer. And so I sent in actually a couple of videos from Battery Electric and also 4 of my own songs that I co-wrote as well with other people. And then there were a couple auditions. It was all internal, so nothing was televised. And everything went through, I went through a couple rounds. I think it was like 3 rounds of just auditions. And the last audition was in person and it was in November. And all of this was happening when I was in New York. And I had just graduated from college in May. So I was just trying out my luck while being a music teacher and a nanny in New York. And then, basically I flew all the way to Luxembourg just for the audition. It was during Thanksgiving week. So it happened to be like the universe was with me. Like it was the week off of all my 3 jobs. And so I was like, you know what? I have to fly. I have to go to the audition. I flew to the audition here. I did the audition and flew back to New York. And I like no word. I had no clue if I passed. So I was just like anxiously waiting. And it turns out that then I got the song Fighter and they were like, we love your songs, but we have this one song that we really want to do. Are you open to singing someone else's song? And I said, you know what? Let's hear it. I heard the song. I fell in love with it. I thought it was a really cool commercial song that also lyrically spoke a lot to me. And I did a take at like 2 a.m. with like a shitty mic with my boyfriend in his room. Like we just did it. We sent it in. And the next day turns out I'm in the finals. So
wow.
The whole process was like back and forth continents and like all this, like it was really intense, but I'm very thankful I went through it.
And you were so covert about the whole thing. No one in New York knew what you were doing. You really were good about that. But that's interesting because it brings me up to my next question. And I think you partially answered it. How did you come up with the song Fighter as the song to sing for the national final? Obviously, the song did not exist before. It was written for the occasion, correct?
Yes.
Right.
Kind of.
Kind of? Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah. So 3 years ago is when it was written. And they wanted it to be for, I think they already knew they wanted it to be for the Eurovision, but they didn't find the right singer for years, for 3 years. And then they sent it off to Luxembourg and they were trying, I think they tried like 8 different singers and they weren't satisfied. And then they found me and they were like, she's the one for the song.
Wow.
And
amazing.
We just kind of connected. Like they just, I loved the song, they loved me, and then it worked out.
So the writing team was already in place. They were staff writers for Eurovision.
Yeah.
And they were assigned to you essentially. The writing team.
Yes, exactly. The writing team found me and through the audition process, but also through like social media, and then we connected. Yeah.
Yeah. It was meant to be. I mean, the stick-to-itiveness. Do not give up. Just keep on moving forward. That's what I really respect.
If it's meant to happen for you, like it's going to happen. Really go by that. Yeah.
Now set the scene. When did you first hear the news that you won? Where were you and what were you doing?
So I was in Madison Square Park, actually.
No.
Yes, I was in Madison Square Park. No, in that Madison Square, like that square. Yeah.
Were you
like
at Shake Shack?
I was just chilling because I had just finished a class. I think it was a dance class. No, I just finished something. So I was just around there in front of Macy's, just like on my phone, like taking some fresh air. And suddenly I get a call from RTL, who's like the company organizing everything. And I'm like, that's strange. So I open it and it's a FaceTime call. And it turns out there's like a camera and they're recording the whole thing. I'm like, what's going on? And then they do like this confetti thing and it like goes all over the camera and it's like gold sparkles everywhere and they're like, congrats. And I'm like, what is going on? So I was really surprised and it was a really cute call. They just like kind of called me out of nowhere.
Thank God you picked up that call.
Yeah, for real.
I might have like missed it or something.
Yeah. I'm very thankful. I was also like out and about in my own little world. So yeah.
I watched that performance. It was incredible. You looked absolutely stunning. And your vocal performance was flawless. And the dancers were amazing. Like, who created and choreographed that fabulous dance sequence? Tell me about that.
Yes. So it's this artist, it's this choreographer called More Hamami. She's incredible. She also did Noah Kirill's choreography last year, who got third in the Eurovision. So she has like a big name. She does a lot of the choreography, and she did all of it for all the acts in the final. So everyone who had dancers, they were the same dancers for every number in the Luxembourg Song Contest, and it was phenomenal. Like, it was the first time that I performed with dancers, because I mean, you've seen my shows, like I'm in a little basement show, like playing my guitar and my piano. And although I love the intimacy, like it was really incredible to do something so huge.
Wow. How much rehearsing was required to pull everything together so perfectly?
Good question. We only had 2 weeks to learn choreography, learn it with the in-ears, with the sound, with the fire, the screens, like everything. That was like the last week before the show, but 2 weeks to learn the choreography. So it's pretty tight. But
and it was rehearsals every day, like at a certain time, 2 times a day, once a day. Can you explain like how that happened?
Yes, we would have slots. So we'd have 2-hour slots per artist per day. But we only had like maybe 4 times a week. So honestly, like in total, probably like 8 rehearsals with the dancers before the show.
That's incredible. You know, how it turned out so perfect. You know, every little movement. I watched it and I was floored watching it.
Honestly, yeah.
And it had to be crazy because you had other performers coming into rehearsal, other performers leaving rehearsal. There had to be some proctor who was like guiding you in and out because they're in a very strict time frame.
Yeah, it was very, like, everyone got the same amount of time, and it was very like organized in terms of like we knew where to go to what. While someone was singing, the other one was doing their styling meeting, and while someone was doing their styling, the other one was getting their makeup. Like, it was all very scheduled, and I think it went pretty smoothly for the amount of time that we had.
I'd say.
Yeah.
Speaking of the makeup, that's really incredible. Your makeup and stage outfit were also completely stunning. How did you and your team come up with the concept for your makeup and your wardrobe?
Yes, so it was kind of, we started with a Pinterest board, which is exactly what we're doing for Malmo now, because the performance that you saw is going to be very different than the Malmo one. It's going to be the same concept and core, but we're going to make it even better and even more impactful. So I guess before, for the Luxembourg Song Contest, what we did was we kind of created a Pinterest board. There were lots of meetings about what we want to convey. For the outfit, for me, I really thought like leather and that like shiny black was very empowering. And I kind of wanted to go for something that was like superhero like, but still modern. So that was kind of what we tried to go for. And the red and blue was the colors of the Luxembourg flag. So we wanted to incorporate like Luxembourg plus TALI plus fighter into like an outfit that was still very easy to dance with and pop and modern. So that's kind of how the outfit came about. The makeup, it was the stylist's idea. It's phenomenal. And we thought that the gold with the slightly green will like bring up my green eyes. And it just kind of, I think
it all came together.
And I think that's the beauty of doing this, is that there's so many people involved and so many voices, and it's the collaboration that gets like, it's not me at all. Like, I'm the artist and I'm there to portray the song, but at the end of the day, like, there's so many things behind the scenes that happen to make what people saw on that stage. So
it's really a dream scenario to have a whole team that is just at your beck and call, coming and
really, truly,
collaborating and throwing ideas in there and then implementing the ideas.
Yes.
It seemed to me like the makeup, I was thinking, was sort of like an Egyptian motif,
yes.
but sort of like a quasi-Egyptian, modernistic, futuristic thing.
I love that. That's so cool.
The eye makeup was really provocative.
Yeah.
It reached out to you. I'm going to ask you a little bit of a personal question. How difficult has it been to travel regularly between Europe and the US and to navigate the challenges of juggling relationships and friendships with the pressures of show business?
Oh my God, this is the most personal and I love it. It's been really tough. Like, I think a lot of people, when they see like this girl or guy or whoever getting famous and getting this crazy dream, right? And it is a dream, and I am so thankful for it, but there's a lot of hardships that come with it, right? And people tend to glamorize what that life is and how I get lucky and I wish, but it's like, I work hard to be here. And there's lots of hardships that come with it. And one of the main hardships for me is that my boyfriend isn't here with me because I'm here. My best friend from New York isn't here. I had to leave that whole life behind in a heartbeat to come pursue this dream, which is what makes me a fighter and which is what makes me be where I am, because I'm so committed to my career. But it gets a bit lonely because you're always going after this dream, and like, it's tough. Like, there's a lot of change, a lot of unknown. And on one hand, I love it, but on the other hand, it's tough emotionally. So I think things that help me is obviously visiting. I was just in New York for a week just to kind of step out for a bit and see everyone. Something that also really helps me is journaling, meditating. I love nature. And so I think for me, this has been incredible, but it's also taught me how to juggle mental health with surrounding yourself with people you love, keeping grounded, plus enjoying the hell out of this experience. So I think really that's something I'm trying to navigate, and something that a lot of artists need to navigate. And that's kind of what I've been doing. Yeah.
I mean, you hit on the perfect word, grounding. This has been a very grounding experience because it's put you to the test, put you to challenges personally and professionally.
Yes.
And how to get through this and come out flourishing and shining, and still keeping the loved ones and your friends who are closest to you still in the same situation, still close to you.
It's the most important thing. Like, career is so important, but for me, the people I love, without love, life is not worth it. So
That's right.
It's so important to have those people that you love next to you in these moments, because then it's not worth it. That dream is no longer the dream, So for me, that's really important. And as my dad has always taught me, always, since I was a little girl, feet on the ground. Even if you're this crazy big star, no one cares. Like, feet on the ground, because that's what's going to keep you grounded and humble and kind, and that's what's most important. So for me, that's kind of what I've kept in my heart always.
So well said. I couldn't have said it better myself. You had a very great upbringing, obviously, because all of these important values were instilled at an early age, I can see. And they're really playing a tremendous role right now in your success. So I congratulate you on that. What do you have planned for your grand finale performance? When are you going to announce the song choice, etc.?
Okay, so song choice wise, it's the same one. However, we are changing the production to be even bigger. Like we're gonna add some violins and a couple little things here and there that I can't really talk about in detail, but it's gonna be really a lot bigger, which I'm excited. And in terms of the staging, like we're still talking about it, we're working on it. I just had a styling meeting today to just talk about what can we do, what's going to be different, what did you like, what you didn't before, and how we can change that. So yeah, I just think it's really exciting. All I can say is that it's going to be even better because we have even more people involved, more time, and we're really going to try and tell the story of the song through every detail. So I'm very excited.
Tell us more about that song Fighter, because you mentioned that it wasn't really your decision. It was their decision, but it really fits you and fits your situation. And because I was reading some things on your social media, what is the word or what is the song title Fighter? And what is the type of emotions that you want to evoke out of your listeners and viewers? What does that mean to you?
Yeah. So as I mentioned a bit earlier, the reason why I agreed to do the song is because lyrically it meant so much to me. Basically, the song talks about persevering through tough moments, even when it's really tough and like you're in a really hard place in life. How do you get up from that and keep going? And just stay committed, stay focused, and work hard and keep going no matter what. And for me, that's so common. Like I lived in New York, which is like the toughest city to work in as an artist. I think if you make it there, you can make it anywhere. And I really believe that. And so I really experienced that. Like I went to auditions where there were so many girls who had brunette hair, green eyes, and were singing the same exact song. And at the end of the day, you get like 100 rejections until you get one acceptance. And it's like, I was auditioning and I got so many rejections. And it's like, how do you keep fighting in those moments when it's really tough and you want to give up everything because you don't think you're good enough? So it's just really empowering for me to sing about that on Malmo, on that big stage. It's like, all those rejections got me to this one place where I get to just sing about it to people and inspire people. So to answer your question, I think inspiring, empowering, and spreading love, like those are the three things I want to show, like make people understand that if they want to do it, it's possible. And I know it sounds cheesy, but like to never give up and like to always keep fighting. So honestly, I hope that I can bring that on that stage.
It really was the perfect song.
Yeah.
It like came dropped from the heavens, so to speak, into your lap.
It is like just what I've been going through. It's crazy.
Is there anything else you'd like to say to my viewers and listeners before we go?
Yeah, just thank you for listening, and I hope you can support me in Malmo. You can vote as the rest of the world. Like even if you're not in Europe, like you're able to support and vote. So if you like the song, like you can totally support. And thank you, my friend. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you and to speak with you in depth. Can you tell my listeners and viewers where they can vote?
There isn't a specific way to vote yet. We don't have that information yet, but it's through SMS, through phone. and you just send in like the voting through your phone with a text message. The exact link and all of that will be shared by the Eurovision website. So if
Mm-hmm.
you just keep updated on the Eurovision, I'll post it on my social media. If people just follow me on social media, I'll definitely make sure to post it there. So
Great. So, where is the best place for my viewers and listeners to stay updated on what's happening with you? Where should
uh,
they go?
Instagram is my main social media. It's where I post everything about anything. So it's just at TALI Gollergan, like in this Zoom, my first and last name. Yeah.
Wow. Holly, thank you. We'd love to have you back before and after the final to talk some more. And either way, celebrate because this is really an exciting journey. You're taking us on a journey, and we can't wait till May 7th or the 11th to see you shine and to see you completely blow the roof off of the place. It's been a great joy to see your incredible progress unfold before my eyes and chat with you today. Wishing you great success in Malmo in the final. Go get them. I hope you win everything. I really do.
Aw, thank you. That's so sweet. Thank you so much.